What's up, Dragon Nation? I'm Rich with Dragon Nation Gaming. Welcome to Farming Simulator 19. So I've played this game before. It's been quite some time. I think it's been about a year since I've played it. I played it for about 3 months when the game first came out, and then yeah, I kind of haven't played it since. But I've been wanting to get back into it because I really do love the farming simulator games. They're a lot of fun. They do get a bit grindy, but yeah, it's one of those games that you could just relax and just play and get stuff done. So as you can see right now, I am in a Dodge pickup, which is not in the game. This is a mod. I went looking for a certain mod so I could hide the HUD. So give me a second. Alt, I think it's Alt 1. Yep, there we go. And I picked up some other mods while we were there. But there's a few things I need to show you guys, so let's go ahead and get this started. Alright, I don't think this pickup is going to fit in the garage. Let's give it a shot. Oh, damn. Yeah, this is a really big truck. Can I go? Okay, that's as far forward as I can go. Yeah, this thing... I love this truck, though. Anyways, let's go ahead and pull it out. I forgot I need to show you guys. Alright. So... yeah, while I was looking for the HUD, invisible HUD or HUD hider, whatever you want to call it, I found some other mods. So this one is a Dodge Ram 3500 heavy duty flatbed. It's a really... oh, and it's a dually too. Cool. It's a really cool truck. I would definitely have one of these in real life. But yeah, this is a really cool truck. I might actually look to see how much one of these cost. Now it does have a hitch in the back as well. We'll have to see what we can hitch up to that. Probably a cattle truck or a cattle trailer, which we're going to need at some point. Alright, so in Farming Simulator 19, there are 3 different ways of starting. There's New Farmer, Farm Manager, and Start from Scratch. The one we're doing right now is Farm Manager, but I went ahead and cheated some money in, so that way I could go ahead and get the farm completed. That's one of the things that is kind of irritating is the way Farming Simulator 19 is. Everything is pretty damn expensive. So it takes forever to get to that point, or at the point that we're at now. So we have ourselves a house, we have ourselves a shed. Pretty much the same thing we start with in New Farmer. We start with a shed, a house, some vehicles. Of course, all I have is I have a pickup and a tractor. This is the medium John Deere tractor, 6250R. Yeah, this is a beast of a machine. And I've actually driven this one. I have actually worked on farms. I have done some cultivating and stuff like that. So I have driven one of these. And they are a beast. I love them. They're kind of hell to clean, but yeah, it's kind of worth it to drive it. It's awesome to drive in one. I've never actually seen it in game. So let's go into first person and see what we got. It doesn't look half bad. Kind of realistic. Somewhat. Now I don't remember a second seat being in the one that I drove. They might have just taken it out. Because yeah, I don't remember the second seat. Also, is that a door? Hold on. Is there a door on this side? Yeah, that's a door on this side. I don't think the tractors in real life have a door on the right side. The door is on the left. Because you can't really get through there. But anyways, yeah, we got ourselves a tractor. So we got our shed for all the trailers and tractors that we might have. We got ourselves some silos so we can go ahead and dump in our seed. And we got ourselves a hayloft. Now, I kind of put this in thinking that I would need it. But I think what we're going to do is we're going to stick with bales. So I don't think I'm going to use this. Problem is now I can't delete it. I have to figure that one out. I never actually placed or tried to delete buildings before, so I'll have to figure that out. If somebody knows how to do that, let me know in the comments. Alright, so the next mod that we got are light posts. This is a must because they do not have them in the game. And of course at night, this place gets really, really dark. So I'm hoping these do really, really good at lighting up the place. Here we have ourselves a pressure washer, which I'll probably rarely use, but we have one. We have ourselves a workshop so we can upgrade or repair our equipment. And yeah, I think that's everything on this side. Then of course we got ourselves 2 cattle paddocks. I think they're called in the game. I'm just going to call them cow stables, if I can even remember that. So I've never actually used one of these before. I got to the point where I was ready for cattle, but that's when I stopped playing the game. So I'm not sure, but I think the way this works, this area right here is where you bring up your vehicles so you can tip feed into these troughs. What we're going to be working on is we're going to be doing total mixed ration for the cows. I guess that means that they can produce more. The better food you give them, the more they're able to produce as far as milk. So we're going to work on total mixed ration, which I think is straw, hay, and silage. So yeah, 3 different crops we're going to need. Actually, no, 2. Maybe. I don't know. We'll have to figure that one out. So I think this is where we dump the food. Here on the left, I think this is where we load the cattle. Not sure. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. That's what it looks like. I've worked on cattle ranches before too. This looks like the water trough. And what is this? Oh, I think I know what this is. At some point we do need bedding for the cows, with straw or hay, whatever it is. I think this is where we put the grinder so we can grind down the bales and fill this entire place with the straw so the cows have bedding. I think. I'm not 100% sure. This is the most important. Like I said, I'm trying to keep this farm self-sufficient. So this is where we would get our fertilizer. This is... I forget what it's called. This is where we get the manure. So we can get ourselves a manure spreader. This one is liquefied manure, which is kind of nasty, but it's really good at fertilizing things. Let's see if we can find the trailer for it. So yeah, we got slurry. That's what it's called. This is where we get our slurry. That's going to be very expensive. We're going to need some extra equipment for that. But it should be worth it because fertilizer does get pretty damn expensive. Alright, so next thing we need to do is talk about production. So this being Farming Simulator, of course we're going to be doing some farming. This field right here is the only one we have at the moment. But I don't think this is going to be very useful. I mean, it's not a very big field if we look at the map. It's number 19. So we own number 19 and 20. Field 20 we just turned into our cattle ranch. So yeah, 19 is not going to be very good for a cash crop. What I mean by cash crop is we need a crop and a lot of it to make money. Because we're going to be spending lots and lots of money in this game. So I'm going to need a field, a pretty good sized one. This one will just be farm crop. Crop that we use on the farm, like hay, straw, stuff like that. Silage maybe, I don't know. But yeah, that one's not going to be good enough, so let's go ahead, look at the map and see what different pieces of land we got. Alright, so the ones that I want to keep away from, these ones right here with the slope, I want to keep away from those. Because when I get several pieces of equipment that need to run at the same time, I'm going to have to hire helpers. The AI has trouble with these slopes. It'll get to this point and then it'll try to start and then it'll say there's no field in front of it, so it'll just stop. So I want to try to keep away from that. Also, these ones out here, I forget what these little pieces hanging off are called. There's a name for it. But the L shape right here, I want to keep away from those as well. So in this game, the square ones, rectangle ones. So we got a good size one in 17 is not half bad. I want bigger though. 16 is pretty far away from our farm. Number 10 is just right north of us. That one's not half bad. But it has this area right here on the right hand side where we can store vehicles and stuff like that. I mean, I could extend the field if I wanted to. But I think what I'll do is when we get into silage, we'll make field 10 silage and we'll just store all the vehicles over here on the right side. Alright, so these three right here, these ones are, it looks like this is going to be the best spot. So I got one of two options. Once I get all these fields, I can either combine 12 and 13 together to make one large one. Or I could take 13 into 11 and just get rid of the strip right here. And then we'll have another field here for something else. At some point, I do want to also try to get horses as well. So that might be a good spot for it. We also need to think about price as well. So if we hit X, we can see just how much they're going to cost. Ooh, how much? 304,000? Shit, how much is it? 450? Oh. Yeah, I think number 13. I think we're going to go ahead and buy that one. It's a pretty good size, nice and square. And we have the ability to extend. But before I buy it, let's go ahead and get into the Dodge and go check that field out. I think it's just the one right over here. Okay, we have to wait for the truck to start. Damn it. Alright, so a few things I want to look at. I want to make sure that we do have plenty of room for tractors and everything. Oh, nope. My exit's over here. We need to make sure there's enough room for tractors to turn around. We need to make sure where that's going to be. And I also want to see how steep the land is and see if I can actually connect those two together. So the land does look kind of hilly. It's that field right over there, the green one. But it's not too bad. I mean, it is going to be kind of difficult for fertilizer spreaders. Yeah, the really long ones aren't going to be able to do that. It's too steep. But it's not half bad for little tractors and stuff. Oh shit. For the little tractors and everything and the fertilizer sprayers, it might be all right. But for the big ones, yeah, we're not going to be able to use it on that. So yeah, we do have a little bit of an issue. I just noticed this big ass power pole in between the two fields. So yeah, this is, oops, I'm in the field, my bad. Alright, so that one is number 13. This one over here is number 12. Yeah, and they're split by this big ass power pole, which will make farming it kind of difficult if I try to combine the two. So I think what I'll do is at some point we will buy number 12. Right now we'll go for number 13. What's on it right now? Oats? Okay, I can harvest that easily. But yeah, it's a good sized field, not half bad. So what I think I'll do, let's go ahead and get to the corner of the field so I can show you. Is we do have the other field, number 11. Tried not to get in the crop. I do have crop destruction on, but I don't think I destroy crop if I don't own the land. So yeah, I want to get over to this corner right here. So what I'm thinking is if I buy number 11 and number 13, not at the same time, we're gonna have to wait until we get a little bit more money, I can go ahead and plow this area and just connect the two fields. And then what I'll do is just straight from this field line, I'll just go ahead and delete all this right here, this field. And we'll turn that into a place for horses or something. I don't know. We'll have to figure that out. But yeah, number 13 looks like it's going to be big enough to start out with. Should be enough to get us good cash crop. Looks like a pretty quick turnaround. Turnaround, I mean plant harvest. Does it need... Let's check that out. Okay, so it is going to need plowing. I do have that turned on. It's also going to need lime. And it's not fertilized, and it doesn't have any weeds either. So we're going to have to fertilize it. So yeah, since that crop is already down, we didn't have to pay for it. We're going to go ahead and let it grow and then harvest it. So we need to talk about the equipment we're going to need first. So let's go ahead, get back to the farm, and talk about the first piece of equipment, which is probably going to be a fertilizer. Alright, give me... Yeah, I'm going to try to do everything in first person. But it becomes kind of difficult because one thing you would do in real life, especially when you're trying to back a vehicle up with a trailer, is you bob your head. You look out the window, you move your head so you can see through the mirror better. And you can't do that in this game. All you can do in this game is just turn your head left or right. Which makes it almost impossible to do, to reverse with the trailer when you're in first person. I mean, there's people that can do it. I'm not going to be one of those. I'm not even going to give it, I'm not even going to try it. Alright, so with oats, it's pretty simple. It's not going to take much, it's not going to take equipment that's very expensive. But first thing we need to talk about, we can't plow the field now. We can't lay the lime. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and grow that crop, and then we're going to harvest it. So we need to talk about crop protection. There we go. So these are the different types of trailers that we do have. Of course, we do also have a vehicle. We actually have 3. I think this one, the New Holland, is a mod. I just wanted to get it in game to check it out. And it looks like it's kind of cool. Somewhat. I mean, it's better than the other one. This one right here, I think it has the same range or the same width. We can tell that right here it has 36 meters. This one, 27. This one's 48. So yeah, we'll call this one small, the New Holland medium, and the Rubicon, we'll call that the large. I'll probably never get one. But yeah, the New Holland might not be bad. But if you look at the prices, yeah, I don't want to be spending that much. So what we need to do is we'll go for a trailer. Well, not a trailer. I don't want to get a trailer because I hate trying to turn around when you're in crop and you're doing stuff. When you have a trailer, because it gets difficult to line stuff up. So we have these ones over here, these two, which you actually put on the back of your tractor. So it makes it a whole lot easier to turn and to line stuff up. Now we got this one right here, which has a width of 24 meters. It does fertilizer and herbicide. It holds 2,200 liters of either. Then we have this one right here, which is 1,300 liters. It does do fertilizer and herbicide, but it only has a width of 21 meters. So it's 3 foot less, but with that one, we could also get the spare tank, which gives us another 1,500 liters. So this one's 22, this one's 13. 13 plus 15 is only 28. That one's 22. So yeah, getting these both together, of course, is going to cost us 38,000. This one's 35. Yeah, damned if you do, damned if you don't. The next thing we need to keep an eye out for is, what is this? 1,500, I guess, is that one. Oh, this is with the little puzzle piece, it tells you what equipment that works with. So I'm kind of curious which one. So we have the PF 1500, which is that one, the spare tank. But what is the SB 1000? No idea. But yeah, I think we'll go for the 2 of those. That should give us plenty. And this thing does have headlights on it. This goes on the front of the tractor. And then we'll go ahead and get this one as well. Alright, now what we need is we need a tractor to carry it. The only problem is I don't see a weight anywhere. One thing we're going to have to keep in mind, I think a small tractor should do. One thing we have to keep in mind is crop destruction is on. So these tires on the tractors will destroy it. So what we'll have to do is we'll have to go for a special tire. First, we need to figure out a price. Alright, so this one looks like the most expensive. Let's see what the horsepower. We want to look at this right here. So this is how much power it has. This is how much horsepower it has. Looks like that one is the most powerful. Yeah, it is. Nope, that one's 150. How much was this one? 145. So I don't know. The Fiat looks like it's the most powerful one and it's not that expensive. Oh, but it doesn't have the front loader. Or can we add it? Nope, just change the wheels. Well, it would be nice. It's only 59,000, but yeah, I think we'll go ahead and spend a little bit extra money to get the Valtra. Now, the cool thing about this is we can change the color. Let's try... Oh, that looks good. Yeah, in case you guys don't know, black is my favorite color. Rim color, what should we go with? Same? God, no. Okay, hold on. Let's go with... Oh, God. How about darker? Nope, we'll go with the same color. That looked alright. That's not half bad. That's a good looking tractor. Alright, so of course we can change the wheel brand. No, I think we'll stick with the Teleborg. Wheel setup, what we want to do is we do want to switch this. We want to go with the thin tires. Right there. Now what that does is it gets it in between the rows of the crops. So that way it's not driving on the crop itself. It's driving in between them. So it doesn't actually damage them. Then of course we can go ahead and get a more powerful engine. But we have to be careful. Because that does add a bit of money. So no, I think we'll just go with the default engine. And then front loader attacher. Yeah, maybe. We might need one. I don't know. Alright, so there we go. Alright, now that we got that, first thing we need to do is we need to go ahead and pick those up. So we're just going to hit tab until we get to that tractor. I like the sound. Okay, maybe black was not the right color to go for. But, I don't know. Let's go inside and check it out. It's kind of pretty. Not half bad. Oh, moonroof. Hell yeah. No, that's a sunroof. I get them mixed up. I can't remember the difference. Yeah, I think this thing has a seat heater. Not sure. Anyways. So what we need to do is go ahead and pick up our equipment. Now, one thing you also need to keep in mind if you don't get that extra tank. Once you pick up this equipment and you put the fertilizer in it, it's going to be extremely heavy. So it's going to tilt the tractor back. As you can see, we did tilt back a little bit. Now what that's going to do is it's going to lift the wheels, the front wheels off the ground. And it's going to be difficult to turn it, to control it. So what you want to do with a piece of equipment like this is go ahead and get a front weight. So figure out the weight of the equipment behind you and just get a weight that's close to the same. Get a weight that's close to the same weight. There's no better way of saying that. Alright, now that we have those pieces of equipment, let's go ahead and check this out, see what it looks like. Yeah, there we go. Alright, now what we need is we're going to need the fertilizer. So if we go P, what we're looking for is right over here. We go to pallets and fertilizer tank. I'm not exactly sure how many do we need. This one is 2,000 liters. So what I want to do is crop protection. Where'd you go? I was right on it. This is 15 and 13, which is 28. All right. So this one, we'd use up almost 1.5 of these. So I think all we're going to do is go ahead and buy one because I'm going to hire a crew member for that. Now, the way this would work is you would have a hose that goes from here into whatever you're filling, and it would just have a pump that would load it up. All we have to do is hit R. Just make sure it's right next to it, hit R, and there you go. So right now we're filling up the front one. And when that's full, we just pull forward so we can fill up the back one. And we're 71% full. So like I said, we are going to be hiring farm help. And the cool thing about them is you could actually set them up to where as they go, they will buy more fertilizer. Now, if you were doing this yourself, this would not be enough for the field. So you would have to go back and get more fertilizer at some point. But I think we might be okay. It's also kind of difficult to see right now. It's alright though, we'll get over there. Oh, and I don't think I bought that land, hold on. Escape X, there we go. Buy. Alright, so let's go ahead and get over there. We'll go ahead and get this thing running. And then I don't know if we're going to do a montage. I don't think I have that much time. But yeah, what we'll do is, yeah, I don't think I'm going to have enough time this episode to actually show the equipment running. But we'll go ahead and get it started. So what I want to do is I want to try to keep out of the road as much as possible. I don't have traffic turned on. I had it turned off actually. But if I did have it on, there would be so many cars and traffic that it would kind of block your... Yeah, the AI in this game, when it comes to traffic, is kind of stupid. So that's why I turned that off. But yeah, first thing we want to do, let's go ahead and get into third person. Hit X to unfold. And then what I need to do is I need to line the arms up with the edge of our field. Alright. How about right there? Alright, let me see if I can't get into a decent spot where I can see. That looks like... You know what? That's good enough. Let's go ahead and back it up. Make sure... We start right about there, and then we just hit H. And there we go. And it'll just keep going and going. We can go ahead and get out of the way, and yeah, the helper will do it. So who do we have helping today? We have George. What's up, George? Alright, so as you can see, at some point we are going to need to plow, which we'll do after we harvest. But yeah, we're getting started. We still have a long way to go. I love this game. I'm going to be playing it for a while, I think. It depends on how fast I get bored of it. But anyways, so yeah, that's about all the time I have for this episode. Next episode, we're going to be working on harvesting the crop and get ready for the next crop. But then we'll also have to decide what crop we want to start. But until then, make sure to like and subscribe, all that good stuff. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.